friend. We are live. Okay, so hello, friend. I am Ayush Tanguria from RR Gurukul Coaching Institute. Um, so we are going to read an article that has been printed on the Hindu, and that is named as "How Genome Sequencing Track Down um, an Ancient Diseases." So this is the article that we are come across during reading the newspaper. So um, let's start. And so this is the article. So we have completely read the article, and um, you know important important point has been important points has been extracted from it. So let's start. So let's move to the second page. Okay. So what we need is to understand what is the genome sequencing means. Okay, first we want to know about the genome sequencing. We need to know about what is the genome, and then before it, we need to know about the DNA before understand completely the whole sequence that is um, um, related with the DNA. So let's start first by defining the DNA. So DNA full formed as dioxy acid. Okay, dioxy ribonucleic acid. Okay, so it is a chemical compound. Chemical compound. Chemical compound that contains the instructions contains the instructions. One minute. It contains the instructions um, needed to develop and direct the activities of nearly all living organisms. Okay, so so we have completely defined what the DNA is, and um, DNA is made up of four compounds. that is first one is um, 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 DNA is a twisted strands. Okay, it is a twisted and str- um, uh, paired. There is a two paired. Okay, paired strands. Okay, uh, this twisted and paired strands is called double helix. Double helix. Okay, so the compound that is found in this is called the um, nucleotide. Nucleotide. This nucleotide is made up of four compounds, that is adenine, adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. Okay, so it is a these four is a nucleotide. Okay, um, it is in a genetic alphabetic order. Okay, genetic alphabetic order. Okay, it is in alphabetic order, genetic alphabetic order. Okay, so and also another important point here is that these compounds, say opposite nucleotide. A compound is as that adenines always uh, pairs with thymine, and guanine, uh, um, cytosine always pairs with guanine, and also applies with the other compounds. For example, thymine, that is the T, always compounds with A, pairs with A, and guanine always pairs with cytosine. Okay, so this is our first point. Now move to the second, where we going to understand the genome. So now the point is genome. What is the genome? What is it? So in simple word, here we can say is that an organism's complete set of DNA is called its genome. Okay, so this is the definition. Now we move to the third point, that is the genome sequencing. Now come to the point third. This is a third point, and this is a genome sequencing. Okay, so genome sequencing can be defined as the process to determine the uh, order of the nucleotide, order of the nucleotide. Okay. Now, so here determination here determination. Okay, determination of the order of the nucleotide bases, and that is nucleotide bases, that is adenine, adenine, guanine, and thymine. Okay, in molecules of DNA. Okay, we will going to find these compounds in our DNA only. Okay, Uh, or the genome of the organisms. Okay, in DNA um, or the genome of the organism. Okay. Okay. Um, um, in simple word, if we define it in a simple word, we can define it and that it is a it defines or determines the order of the four chemical building blocks called bases. That is that I have already um, um, mentioned here. That is the adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Okay, so that make up the DNA molecules. Okay. So we have already defined what is the DNA is in the previous slide. So we have defined what is the DNA, and 1 minute. We have already defined what is the DNA and what is the genome. So second point that we have defined is the genome, and the last one is the genome sequencing. Now the point is that has been defined in the news is the Black Death. Black Death. Second point is the Black Death. So let's discuss what is this. So Black Death, also called it as Great Plague of 14th century. If we see it in through the historical perspective of it, we can say that um, 1 minute. So Black Death, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay. Um, it was one of it is one of the deadliest epidemic. Epidemic. Okay. Because of the 25 millions people died in European Union. Okay, European continent. In some parts of this continent, European continents, there is almost 40 to 50% of the population wiped out. And cleared out here, we can say. Out. Okay, in some part of the EU. Now, the second point is the uh, what is it? What is it? Okay. So, um, so the cause of this Black Death or the Great Plague is the Yersinia pesticide. Pesticide. Oh, sorry. Sorry, scientific pestis. Yersinia pestis. Its name is Yersinia pestis. It is a bacteria. It is caused by Yersinia pestis. Here, pestis. Yersinia pestis. It is a bacterium. Okay. This bacteria impacts mammal, such as mammals is in simple word is the vertebrates. Okay, such as man and others. Other animal. Okay. So it is named after the person that has find this is the name of the person is the Kendra Yarsin. Another person is the Kila Sato Siva Sabura. Okay, so the second point, so we have defined it. So what causes it? These two person is the one that has find this virus bacteria back in bacterium in 18th century. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. So we have defined what is the black death is. Now the point comes is the how does the um, here let's change the pen first. Okay, so how does the infection spread? Mostly there is only there is two ways. That is the through fleas, and second one is the through close handling or contact with infected human or animal. Okay. The in this case, in the black disease case, black death case, the most important reason for such an humongous death is recorded due to the human to human infection. Okay. So human to human transmission is one of the reason for black death. So what is the current situation related to the infectious disease or plague disease? So currently plague disease current status. Now this is a serious disease. What all what most of them are curable. Okay, and the other point here is that um, various antibiotics has been developed. Okay, India's status In India's case, India has faced many challenges during the past decades. In the past 1894, 96, Bombay was sacked by the disease. Okay, okay, and in 1966, Karnataka was affected, and 1994, Surat, and in recent time, 2004, Uttarakhand faces the blunt of the um, plague disease. Is by the person who has developed the vaccine is the Voldemar half Halfkin. Voldemar Hopkins. Okay, he has developed the vaccine during the Bombay outbreak. Outbreak in Bombay. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Wait a minute. Wait. So another point that has been discussed in the newspaper is the deep sequencing. So deep sequencing is the process of sequencing the molecules use multiple times to retrieve even the smaller information amount amounts of DNA. Because the reason is the degradation of the molecules. The reason is the wait. Let's change the pen first. The reason is the degradation of the genetic molecule. Molecules. Okay, so um, and that is why we refines the uh, DNA or extracts the even smaller amounts of DNA so that we can know the information that is related with the you know our ancestry or other historical background ground or we want to know about the human developmental process. So that is why we defines the DNA or extracts even the smaller amount of DNA, even the smaller amounts of DNA. Okay, so we have defined the deep sequencing. Deep sequencing is nothing but the process of sequencing the molecules multiple times to retrieve even the smaller amounts of DNA. Okay, so that we can know the information of the past um, um, predecessors or any other information. So the next slide, next point is the advantage. Let's change the pen. Advantage of genome sequencing. There are some advantages. So for the first advantage is the personalized medicine. Medicine. Again, to improve the public health. The public health. So this is the first one. Um, for example, for EG, for example, um, treatment of common genetic condition um, such as cancers. Okay. Now the second point here, second point, or we can say second point here. Second point is so learn about the effectiveness of the medicine. Okay, medicine and negative effects of the drugs. Negative effects of the drugs. Again, third point is Third point is understand the interaction of genes for controlling growth and development of an organism and development of an organism. Okay, and the fourth one is fourth, or we can say that genes, and that is related with um, with the common diseases can be found out. For example, study said that according to the study that almost 10,000 diseases relates with the single gene malfunction. Um, for example is first one is mm, cystic fibrosis, and the second one is thalassemia. Okay, and other advantages are um, other advantages are psychological benefits such as knowledge of inheritance of disease, inheritance of diseases, and information for future generation to use for future generation. Okay, and third one is lifetime use. Second, first, lifetime use. Okay, so the fourth one is technical accuracy. Accuracy and others, etc. Okay, let's move to the disadvantage of its limitations. So now we discuss the limitations. So the limitation. So the limitation is test failure. And that is results because of the mm, factors that is out that is because of the factors that is outside the control of the person, outside the control of the person. For example is the degradation of DNA samples of DNA samples. Second one is psychological impact. Psychological impact. The genetic information uh, that is provided as a provided as a negative and negative effects also effects on their clients and families. Data leak. So genetic information that is provided by this institution contains sensitive information. If leaked, can can we vary impactful, full. The person have a psychological or sociological, economic, and other impacts. So India is not in the position to provide remedies to have such mechanisms, some to protect the data related to the patients and okay that lead to diseases may be mistaken taken for normal genes, giving false negative results. So overall conclusion conclusion is that um, um, genome sequencing has an immense impact on the life of the people. So the challenges that is related with the sensitive information should be protected and also it has a future implication um, because it has the uses in um, you know the development of new crops new crops medicinal medicinal cures and the medicinal cures new medicinal cures and uh, um, and to fight the climate change through change through various mechanisms, various mechanisms such as crop production, climate resistance crop production, crop production, etc. So that's all today. And this is my first video, and I'm say sorry for my bad writing skills. So I will improve my written skills and the um, presentation way of the presentation in the future. And so that is all for today. And thank you. and and I also want to say that my the Vikas sir, that is a currently a mining inspector from Bihar government, is going to start your BPSC exam preparation very soon. So I'm going to present him tomorrow. So he's going to be live after some time. He has he has giving me some time to provide you the best content that that is um, best of the best that nobody can provide. And also he's going to give you the weekly current affairs. So that's all, and I will introduce him tomorrow. So best of luck. Have a good, um, good day. So that's all. Goodbye.